Welcome back, fellow aviation lovers and enthusiasts. My name is Infinite.Flight, and I'm bringing you back to the Frontier Virtual Podcast. We're about to launch into episode 8 here. If it interests you, you can find us on our website, frontiervirtualairlinesif.weebly.com, or our Instagram page, Instagram at FrontierVA. You can join us by filling out that application link on the previously mentioned website. A reply should be sent back to you within 24 hours' time. All right, here's the part I'm excited for. For the past 2 podcast episodes, if you've been keeping up with us, we've been very sad here in the studio. We've been missing our beloved co-host, Matt. It is my privilege and honor to say, joining me back here in the Frontier studio is my co-host and co-CEO, Matt. Matt, it is good to have you back, dude.
You know, it would be good to be here, but Daniel is here, so...
Okay, wow.
Yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, sorry about that. We're just going to put a little bleeper through there. Anyway, for those of you who have not checked out our past episodes, I highly encourage that, as a lot of information has been sort of released out in the past. Anyway, Matt, how has your life been since you've been gone from us?
Well, you know, the vacation, the cruise was great, okay? It was a great cruise, but, you know, I'm pretty sure you know this, and not everyone else does, but I was gone from school for a week. I had a very high fever. It sucked. So I was unable to participate in our last podcast, which upset me too. Yes, but I'm still catching up on schoolwork. Life sucks right now, okay?
Yeah, it's the part of the problems of taking vacations and getting sick.
Yeah. I blame Delta.
I blame McDonald's. That's how I get sick, but we're not going to get into the politics of fast food. It could be an hour-long talk. Anyway, so if any of you guys have been watching the if anybody's been watching the Infinite Flight forums, you will note that not too long ago, the developer and staff Philippe did release a big explanation on when they expect the update to be. Now, before you all jump out of your socks and start crying with joy, there is a catch to it. They don't actually know when the update is. They do have a highly speculative end period area date.
Yeah, but that area is like
very
4
gray.
months long.
Yeah, it's not cut and dry like it's not going to be like June 2nd is when.
Yeah,
so
it's like saying that Frontier is going to release an event sometime in April, but yeah, you kind of have to guess the day.
Or it's like, you know, our first global event is going to be this, you know, in this area of the year. It's like, okay, great. What's the actual date? So we're going to be diving into that today, bringing us back with Matt. So I'm excited to hear his input on this. We're going to just start out about this. If you haven't checked it out yet, you can go to the forums right now. It's been pinned, so it should be up there for you if you've been living under a rock and haven't looked already. So what we're going to be talking about today is some of the roadblocks that are keeping Global from coming out now, and sort of the imagery comparing the two that they already showed us. So thank you, FDS, for the huge update. To our knowledge, it really does mean a lot that you guys care enough to keep us informed.
Because, guys, knowledge is power.
Exactly. There we go. All right. So I'm going to kind of ask you, Matt, what do you think about when they said that the biggest roadblock here at this point is the performance and memory consumption? What does that sort of mean?
Well, you know, I'm not a computer expert. I want to be a pilot, so, but yeah, but my general opinion on it is, you know, it doesn't surprise me considering that you're taking a large amount of satellite imagery as a major update. It's going to need a lot of refining, and I think at the end of the day, some devices may just not simply be able to run the game.
So do you think we're going to see some negativity come out along with the update?
I think at this point, if they want to get the update out sometime in the summer, it is inevitable to have it. To have, you know, some like old generation, you know, like iPad, like the original iPad Air might have issues. But then again, that is what the quality settings is for, and they're working on that. So until we have the next update, it's going to be kind of...
And that's kind of what Philippe himself was saying. He was saying, you know, taking a full-scale Earth with accurate topography and 15M satellite imagery does take a lot of the memory. So the RAM there is going to be kind of a big point.
Yeah, but hey, I have iPad Pro, so I'm all good to go.
Do you know if iPad Air 2 hangs on to it?
You'll be fine. Just
okay.
Just plug it
good.
in.
Whew.
Just plug it into like 10 memory chips. You'll be fine.
There we go.
Yeah, it might start smoking, but you'll be good.
Yeah, won't need to call the cops at all. Anyway, so something that they were saying, Philippe was saying, part of the issue with the memory and performance is that the amount of RAM it does cause the app to crash after a while. So that's one of the huge kind of roadblocks at the moment that they're kind of keeping up with.
Doesn't the game already?
It's not coming out. Sorry?
Doesn't the game already crash a lot? No, I'm kidding.
Only when I fly. All right.
Yeah.
So something I wanted to talk to you, Matt. I'm actually kind of interested. I've seen a lot of controversy over this. When you look at the low resolution quality rendering as opposed to the high quality rendering, which do you think is more realistic?
I'm not gonna. I looked at the comments, and I honestly think that the lower quality imagery does look more realistic. I don't know if it's just because it's less saturated, because I feel like the high quality is a little bit too vibrant for real life.
Yeah, too blue. That's what I was thinking.
Too blue. So I think let's say medium quality would be good. If low is too bland and high is too vibrant, I think a medium would be a good mix. We'll see.
Yeah, because I was curious about how that was going to work. Because if you do actually look at the two photos, and maybe we can supply them for you. If not, go ahead and check out that forum update. If you look, the first one, that's the low medium quality rendering, does actually provide a more realistic looking view. Like if you just looked at an airplane view taken out from LA or something, it does sort of provide a bluish sky, kind of dark ocean, getting kind of greener as you get closer to the coast.
Agreed, exactly. So humans naturally can spot something looks fake, especially because nowadays we're all used to video games. We can tell that something is too vibrant. It's not realistic. You can just tell.
Right, and if you look at the high quality rendering, it's actually very blue, and like Matt said, it is vibrant.
It's
blue.
Very vibrant. It's like if they added maybe some fog to add some slight pollution, then it would be more realistic. If they
or just clouds in general, maybe.
Well, that
old age
for
topic.
A while. You heard us, FDS.
But yeah, so I'm kind of interested in when global hits, testing that out for myself and seeing, is low medium quality better? And that's actually a good thing too, that the lower is maybe more appealing to some people, because people with lower performance and memory consumption actually have the realistic option.
Right. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying that, that stuff, yeah.
I think it may actually have. It is possible that it was just the angle of the shot too that it was taken at. I mean, it kind of does not make sense that the lower quality looks better. So if there is, that is something that needs to be revised in the update, because that should not be a thing. The lower quality looking better than the high.
Right, and that's what I think people are kind of up in heaps about, is that why would the lower quality actually look more realistic?
See, it may just be the shot, just the lighting. It could just have been a one-time thing.
So you're coming here from the angle, literally the angle of the shot and the lighting may actually play a part.
It's possible. It's very possible.
All right. Well, I'm interested in logging in whenever the update comes out and checking it out for myself.
I might, even if the lower does look better, I might just run the high settings just so I can say that I can run the high settings.
Yeah, just so you can have the privilege of that.
Yeah. You know me.
Of course. So, so that's the little tidbit of global we're going to get right there. The little into the photos of what the resolution has to offer. Any closing stuff on that, Matt, before we kind of move into how this is going to sort of affect Frontier?
No, I think we are good in that sense. But Robert, when exactly do you think the update will be?
Whew, don't shoot me here, guys, but I'm betting it'll be either kind of late midsummer or late summer itself. I don't honestly think it's going to be early summer, simply because they were Philippe and the FDS staff were very they weren't expecting it would come out too early. just by the way they talked about it.
I'm not even gonna bring up my thoughts on it because half the airline is the virtual airline is mad at me now because I made this
you predicted
all-holy
April
prediction. It's like late April, and now everyone is like, Matt, you're wrong. And I'm just like, oh no.
Because it's late April right now.
Out
So
of the aviation channel.
yeah, if only I would actually prefer your prediction to mine simply because that means we'd have global by now.
I'm gonna say June 7th just because it's gonna be my birthday. That's the only reason.
That'd be the best birthday present, to be honest.
Yeah, well, it might not be. We'll see. Depending on
right.
the floor. Okay, go on.
Something else that Philippe did talk about, and I know I said we talked about the frontier aspect, but I did want to kind of pull this in. That's a question. Well, he asked a rhetorical question. When is the update? And here's something from him. I'm just going to quote him here, and then I'm going to ask Matt a question. He says, this is from Philippe, "We really don't know when the update is. There is still a couple of problems to which we don't yet have a clear solution for, so we can't estimate the time it will take to implement." So, and besides the fact that he does say the very highly speculative during summer update, Matt, when do you think the update's going to be?
We don't freaking know.
There we go. We don't freaking know, guys. So just let the FDS staff alone. Be satisfied that they did give you a prediction at all, and I'm kind of surprised that they did do that if there is such a highly speculative
moving
chance
on.
there. All right. Matt, was there anything, before we dive into the global part, anything of FVA updated that we did want to talk about?
Nothing that I want to reveal to the public quite yet.
Nothing secret yet. Other than, if you have been noticing, and there has been some contention amongst the staff here, but we did release our subsidiary, Frontier Expressways. It is currently in stasis mode simply because we are experiencing several issues, and due to some concerns from staff members here, it is on hold at the moment. And I didn't announce that to them previously, but booked flights. If you have booked a flight with us, we will do that to the best of our ability. We are closing booking flights the second this episode goes out. So we do apologize for that. We do want to review the way we worked the airline. So thank you to the staff personally who, were brave enough to speak up and be like, okay, well, this may not be the best choice to have it out now. So thank you guys. Anyway, other than Expressways, I was going to sort of talk about the creative program. And if you did listen to the first part of this Global Frontier Part 2, and Daniel, if you can just link that off to the top right screen. If you did check out that podcast, great, keep listening. If not, I would recommend you pause it and listen to that because we do talk a lot about Global and Frontier. Otherwise, continue here. If you do look on the forums, it talks about a lot about where the 15M satellite imagery is currently at, and the contiguous United States, including Hawaii. Wow, I said that wrong. Hawaii. Man, okay. But
what is a Hawaii?
Hawaii is how we say it in slang, I guess. You heard it from the horse's mouth. That's how you say slang. Yeah. Anyway, that is currently where we're focusing our creative mode right there. And Matt, you did have a map out on our routes that you had planned already. Any update do you want to give us on? Have you planned any new routes? Have you fixed up any European/Asian hubs per se? No comment. All right. We'll have to badger him another time, ladies and gentlemen. So currently the routes that we do have, we're sticking with. The hubs we have, we're sticking with. A lot of people were asking me, okay, why do you have, Minneapolis and down in Florida as hubs?
Because I said so.
Say that one more time, Matt.
Because I said so.
There we go. We are keeping those as our creative hubs. If you do want the realistic hub, I highly suggest you type right now Frontier Airlines into your search browser. You'll come up with the real world airline. Go to their route map.
I looked there first. I was going to do just a realistic route map. I'm too lazy. I could not find anything. I swear. I searched for half an hour.
Really? Because I find it the first time I look for it.
Huh.
But yeah, that type of map, people, is
actually using Chrome.
No, I don't use Chrome. Trust me. But that is our realistic route map. It's going to be completely 100% based, hence the name Realism, off of that map. The map that Matt made is actually going to be part of our creative map.
Now, I have one thing to bring up. This is not on our schedule, Robert. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I think should we talk about the most recent YouTube video uploaded a little bit
about your trip to Fort Lauderdale?
Yeah.
Sure. Go ahead.
Okay, so pretty much, I made that video about last week. I think I have a very bad memory. So don't judge me. But so in that video, it was an A321 with American Airlines. Don't ask why I flew American. Delta was nice to us eventually.
They screwed up first, though.
Yeah, they screwed up. They royally screwed up. But they paid. But they paid us. Now we're happy because money is good. Moving on.
Exactly.
Yeah, and so. The takeoff was absolutely beautiful. It was a nice, clear beach, and then we flew over some very big, fantastic-looking clouds. So, Robert.
Cough for a
cough. Yeah, that was an
nice subtle
post I made.
Feature request.
Yeah, subtle. So, Robert,
yes.
What do you think of that video?
I really liked it, and then if you do notice, it is titled Part 1, so I'm hoping we can get our Part 2 out soon, because I really want to see it.
Start working on Part 2 tomorrow, which is Sunday. And so, sadly, just a heads up, the sound does not work for that video. It sounds like my camera got stuck in a lawnmower.
No, so don't ask questions about that, though.
Yeah, I don't even know what happened. It just sounds hideous. Even when the plane is turned off, like when you're disembarking, it sounds like that. It sounds awful. So I'm going to have no sound. I'm going to be playing some nice, peaceful, relaxing music over it.
So we can all fall asleep. Good job, Matt.
You can fall asleep.
All right, so ladies and gentlemen, that is what is coming up on our channel. We're going to be expecting a Part 2 to Matt's wonderful adventure. We're also going to be expecting, obviously, this podcast episode to go out. And I'm sure Daniel, our YouTuber who was on our last podcast, Daniel, link to the podcast in the top right. If you wanted to check that episode out, do feel free. All right. So we did just to wrap up here. We did talk about global, some of the roadblocks we're having here, some debate on the rendering, low quality versus high quality, and we did talk about when the update is coming. And Matt, let's say it together. We don't freaking know.
Oh,
so
that did not work. Let's try it again.
Let's try that one more time.
Okay, on count 3.
3.
1,
go ahead.
2. Wait, what? 3, 2, 1.
We don't freaking know. Wow, okay. That was great. But that is the emphasis
so much for the podcast.
Yes, yeah, totally.
And I tried to cue it to you like 3 times. You did not get it. So I was sad.
Well, you're gonna have to stay sad. But ladies and gentlemen,
I asked you earlier if you want, like, when you think the update is, and you actually answered it. Because that was our cue. You didn't do it.
You're ruining it. Anyways, let the focus, ladies and gentlemen, be on the emphasis that we don't know. FDS doesn't know. They have a highly speculative date out there. So let's leave FDS alone. Don't ask for release dates anymore. Anything final you wanted to say, Matt?
Just enjoy the bloopers.
Enjoy the bloopers, because there's a ton of them. Anyway, if you're new to the channel or you're a returning listener, we'd appreciate any support you can give us, including hitting that like button and subscribing. Every bit of support you guys give us means the world. This has been the Frontier Virtual Podcast with your spooky host, Infinite.Flight, and Matt.
And your goopy
Matt. For your enjoyment and comfort, please remain seated with your earphones in until this episode has come to a full and complete stop. If you require any assistance on the global peaks or anything discussed in this episode, please remain in your seat until all other passengers have left the comment section. One of our crew members will then be eager and happy to assist you. On behalf of this airline and all staff flying on board with us today, I humbly thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you all in the next episode. Actually, hold on one sec. High five sound. You're like, whoosh.
High five.
Top of the morning to you.
Oh, yeah.
Except it's a slap to the face.
I'm using acidic chocolate sitting on my desk. I'm still eating it.
Is it poisonous, Matt?
It might be.
Wouldn't surprise me.
I don't care. It's good.
It's good, guys. It's gonna give me heartburn.
Okay.
I can just picture like one of the tires is like the
Life
donut
comedian.
tire that's smaller than all the other ones, and you like been using that because you can't afford an actual tire. There's a big
Stop now.
difference.
Every single minute that we keep talking off topic, I take one more bite of that disease chocolate and I might die.
Okay, so Daniel, let's keep talking.
Oh yeah. So here's the story. Robert was driving his car, and suddenly he got stuck on the side of the road. He just couldn't get himself out. So I had to pull over. He called me up, so I came.
Sounds like
I
depressing.
pulled over, and then he sat in the car, put it in neutral. Or no, he put it in drive, and he pushed the throttle in real fast speed. And I was at the back pushing, and the snow is getting like slung up at me. And like I'm covered in snow because I'm behind there trying to push you out, like helping you get out. And finally, it does free. But in the end, I'm covered with ice and snow, and then you drive off.